It's been very wet out there. I've definitely seen that localized street flooding, and there's definitely more to come. So if you do have to head out and about, just make sure to be very careful. There's lots of ponding there on the roadways. Let's go ahead and show you what's happening now with this storm. So it is still subtropical. We have a bit of a elongated, wobbly center here, but the center of circulation is actually moving north of our region now. So we're going to be dealing with what's left of it, what we're calling the tail. And as you can see, we were under this huge area of moisture here. That has now pushed out to the east. So we are actually likely going to be seeing a tiny little break. Here you can see the path takes it still up towards the Panhandle Monday afternoon before moving out to the southeast. The threat for the strongest winds is still going to be right there. But we've already had quite a bit of wind here. Dania Beach already reporting a 45-mile-per-hour wind gust. And off and on today, if we start to see some bands come through, we'll likely see quite a bit more. Here you can see tropical storm warnings extend here from portions of extreme eastern Mississippi and Alabama all the way over towards the Panhandle, down through Tampa and onto the West Coast. So they're already feeling those tropical storm force winds there. A watch, of course, extending over towards that Louisiana border. We're not under any sort of watch or warning there. Certainly still some storm surge risk as well, mainly from Pensacola over towards the Bend, down towards the northern section of that Tampa Bay region. And as you can see here, flash flood watches, concerns big time here, 10 to 15 inches possible as the system moves north through their region. But we're still under a flood watch through this evening because as that tail comes through, we could still have some heavy downpours from time to time. They could easily dump an inch to 3 of rain here on our area. So it looks like areas to the east now you're seeing towards those beach communities are probably still under the gun for another 1 to 4 inches of rain. The farther west you are, maybe a little bit less. And once again, that's because that large area of moisture has now shifted off towards the east. So that's going to help us out just a little bit there. Here you can see on real-time Doppler radar what I'm talking about. A lot of the heavier showers and some of that embedded rotation and strong thunderstorms are now east of our area. Doesn't mean we won't see some isolated spin-ups here and there in terms of tornado activity, but it does look like we're going to start transitioning more into these isolated scattered bands here that are going to come through. But once again, those can still pack a punch and bring gusty breezes as well. One right now moving through Marathon, another through Key Largo. If you look back off towards the west, you can see some of that banding stacking off there as well. And we're still far from over. Here you can see a lot of moisture down to our south, extending even over Cuba. We are watching though for this drier air as it's wrapping up in that storm. We call this a dry slot. If that moves over our region later today, we could see some breaks in the clouds, maybe even a few peaks of sunshine that could warm us up and make our instability a little bit worse. So that could make the threat of those tornadoes a little bit more of a possibility. But we'll be here keeping you safe. Don't worry. This is our view here from Lauderdale by the Sea. Our Windjammer Resort camera, certainly breezy, not looking all that good. Temperatures now in the mid to upper 70s later today, especially if we get the peak of sunshine. We'll certainly be getting warmer than that in the lower 80s. But as you can see, breezy out there now. Gusts to over 40 miles per hour have been measured, and we'll continue to watch as this precipitation continues to roll through. Fortunately, it does look like it will roll through for your at least Memorial Day as well, especially in the afternoon. We're going to take you to that 7-day outlook so you can see we'll see rain today, windy as well. Monday getting a little bit better, passing storms. We should see more sunshine with scattered thunderstorm activity arriving middle part of the week and continuing as we head into next weekend.